everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Tommy and I hope you make sense of your money. So today we'll be talking about the power of tax deferral and compounding interest. So what exactly is tax deferral? So today I made a PowerPoint presentation, like PowerPoint slides, to explain my points, and I hope you learn a thing or two from this particular episode. So what's tax deferral? Tax deferral is the delay of paying taxes on investment income until a later date. So you're not evading tax, you're just delaying the payment of those tax until a later date. So you're going to pay it in the future, you're just not paying it now. So that's what tax deferral means. So we're looking at the power of this tax deferral and why you should try as much as possible to put your money in an investment vehicle where you are able to defer your taxes. So on this slide, it says, what is tax deferral? And I'm going to give an example. So it says that let's say you invest $10,000 and the interest rate, the annual rate of return is 7%. After year one, if you calculate this, you're going to have $10,700 in your portfolio. So the investment income here is $700. So let's say you were to pay tax, your marginal tax rate is say 24%. Okay, here I wrote 25%. So let's say your marginal tax rate is 25%. So on that $700, you would have had to pay about $175 from the $700 as tax. So that means you have less than $175 to invest. That's what it means if you had paid the tax in the year in which you earned it. But let's say that you decided to defer this tax. That means that you reinvested your $700 gain and you have the total sum reinvested. By year two, you're going to have $11,470.40 invested. Now let's look at what if you had paid your tax and you had invested less than $175 that you would have paid out as tax on your investment income. In 2 years, you're going to have $126, $11,261.75 in your portfolio, and that's a difference of $208.65. So that means that you would have lost the opportunity to make more money. That means you would have made an extra $200.08.65. $208.65. Forgive my numbers, but you get what I mean. So that's what I've explained here in this slide. And now imagine if you get to save this over 10 years. It means that your investment income keeps compounding. That means that now you're going to get a higher investment income in year two, and when you reinvest all of this income, it's going to compound. That's the effect of compounding. So that takes us to the next slide. What is compounding interest? Compounding interest is when the interest earned on an investment is reinvested to generate more interest. So an example is you put in $10,000 in a mutual fund that has an annual rate of return of 7%. If you were to withdraw all the gains in each year, so let's say this year you made $700 as investment income from your mutual fund. If you take out the interest and you put back the 10,000, the next year you're going to have 10,000 plus as investment income. But let's say that you weren't taking out the interest and you were putting it back into your investment. It means that you have more money to invest at the end of the day. So instead of you investing $10,000, you're going to have $10,700 to invest. Now, if your interest is being put back into your investment plus the taxes that you could have paid on this investment income, you keep putting them back into this investment, you're going to have so much money, so much income accrued over the years, because now you have more money in your investment that is working and is growing and is paying you so much more income that you would have gotten if you did not take this smart option. So it depends on you, but basically it just means that there is a lot to gain. And here in my example, I said, let's say you invest $10,000 in mutual funds at 7% annual rate of return. If you withdraw all your gains each year, your investment will grow to $17 in 10 years. But if you were to reinvest those gains, that means all of your investment income, you're putting every single cent back into your investment. Your investment is going to grow to $19,672 in 10 years. That means you've made an extra $2,672 in 10 years. That money, you wouldn't have been able to make it if you weren't putting back your investment income back into your investment. So that's the power of compounding interest. And as a smart investor that you are, you want to take advantage of this. You want to be able to put back your interest, so you have more money working for you. It's a secret. Yeah. Right. So now the next slide says, let's combine the power of tax deferral and compounding interest. So if you invest $10,000 in, let's say, a retirement plan at 7% annual rate of return, and if you were to defer both your investment income, you put it back in your investment plus your tax. If you were to defer your tax until retirement, if you put in 10,000 today and the market rate of return is 7%, it means that in 30 years you're going to have $38,697 in your investment portfolio. But if you were to invest the same amount, the same 10,000, and the account is taxable, that means you were paying taxes on your investment income as you earned it each year, and you also took out all of the interest that was accrued after every year, your investment will grow to $24,078. That means that's a difference of $14,619. That's a whole lot. When you're planning for retirement, you really want to save as much as possible and make sure that your investment is returning as much gains as possible. And this is the power of compounding interest and tax deferral. So you might want to take advantage of this. You are not evading tax, because when you eventually plan to retire and you take out this money from the account, it's going to be taxed and you're going to pay taxes. It's just the fact that you have delayed paying this tax so that you have more money growing in your account for you. So I hope you've learned one thing today about tax deferral and compounding interest. So next time you're planning towards your retirement, you want to take into consideration this power of tax deferral and compounding interest. So in conclusion, I wrote here that tax deferral and compounding interest can have a powerful impact, really powerful impact. So the example I used, it was just $10,000. Obviously, if you're saving for retirement, you're going to have so much more than 10,000 in your retirement savings over time. So you can just imagine how much money you're going to have compounding for you, growing for you as you're investing year on year. So by deferring taxes and reinvesting gains, you can maximize your investment returns and achieve your long-term financial goals. So thank you so much for listening to me today, and remember, start making smart money choices today. Bye bye.